Oh, they're back. They're back. Okay, we're good. We're good. We're live. We're live. Good morning, everybody.
Good morning.
Say something again, Roy.
Good morning. You feeling better?
I am feeling better. Looks like we've actually got you here, so even though I muted you, so we should not have a echo today.
No double echo.
Should not have it. We'll see. You got your locks of the week ready to go today?
I do. They're not very easy this week. And actually really not sexy at all. But
Well, we'll get
yeah,
you at the end of the show.
yeah. By that time, we're gonna be super green on the day. We're gonna having a good time.
That's right. That's the goal.
You got that special beverage ready for you today? All right.
And we
That's
got
awesome.
double. We got Pepsi too. We got both of them here. Let's see if you're coming through on the screen. Yes, you're coming through on the screen. Yes, you're coming through on the screen.
Try to echo.
Yes, you're coming through on the screen.
Try to echo.
Echo should be gone now because I muted my device.
Perfect.
I was just making sure we could hear you. And now it's the waiting game. This makes for boring broadcasts.
Yeah. I mean, no data. Well, sorry, you had data. Import export data. Um, I would say this first 30 minutes of our live stream is where we can get ourselves in the most trouble.
Yeah, you're probably right. We got Michigan inflation data coming out at 9 a.m., which is sneaky
Always
market
sneaky.
mover.
Yeah,
Remember
this
when
one
it didn't really move the market? It wasn't that long ago.
yeah. On this one, you're looking at actually the consumer data and not the inflation data. This is where they kind of this is the only really one you can get inflation expectation data. But I think everybody's pretty much figured out the range that that's going to be in is somewhat acceptable, if you will. Um,
Right.
so you're looking at the actual consumer data and see if things are weakening, strengthening, but it's also just a data piece on Fridays, so it gives the market the reason to do its fun stuff on Fridays.
Yeah, I took a couple trades this morning and a combine on 100K, and I got wrecked. I ain't blown the account, but it blew past my stop loss on one of them, so that's not good. Roy, you been in any trades yet today? Roy took his earpiece off, so he couldn't hear me. So, Roy, you been in any trades yet so far this morning? Roy? Roy? He is having technical issues, it looks like. Roy? 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 Well, might not have Roy all day. I don't know what happened to his headphones here. He's coming through on the mic side, just not the. He can't hear us. Speak to me, Roy.
I got you. Sorry, my Bluetooth headset died, so I had to do a switcheroo.
Okay, good. And I was starting to panic a little bit there. So I was asking, ooh, Nvidia's taking a hard dump.
Really?
Apple's coming back. Microsoft's actually popping up a little. NQ's taking a hard dive. VIX is just right around 1690, so I don't see anything really causing these pullbacks here. NVIDIA decided to halt that move down and reverse back up. So Apple's been running the market this morning, looks like, from what we were talking about earlier.
Interesting. Move on that tech, like you said.
Yeah.
That's not a small move on Nvidia.
No, that's a pretty decent move.
Yeah.
ES just kind of chilling. Thank you, Cashy Apps. He said he joined. Thank you, sir.
Sweet. Okay.
You have joined to see a boring start to the day. Like I was saying, I've taken a loss in the 100K. Blew past a trader's price in 40% chance of a half-point Fed cut next week. Wow. Hey, you know what? They just reworded that.
Yeah.
It's a 60% chance that it's going to be a 25-point Fed cut.
Right.
They just reworded that to make it sound better. Now the damn market's going to pop on it. What the hell?
The obvious play was messaged to me by Led this morning. He's completely right. Is the IWM into next week, and you look at IWM this morning, and it's ripping face.
What was it say? What?
So he said the obvious play was IWM longs
Oh,
next week, and IWM's up 2.4. It's up to 214. It closed yesterday at 211.61. So you're going to get people piling into IWM just to play the rate cut next week.
yeah. That should be good for small cap.
Yeah, and we'll see how crypto reacts and all the fun stuff. I imagine crypto will have a pretty bullish weekend. Gold broke 2,600. It's now 2603. I believe that is a new all-time high.
Wow. I'm on the gold chart now, if you can see it. Lord have mercy. Let's clear everything out.
Yeah.
Look at this move. My gosh. Since November of last year, gold has just been on a tear.
Yeah.
Came back, it's given some great opportunities to hold long term.
Gold's a spicy boy, though. But it seems obvious here, but holding through those dips is not easy.
No, because that's a lot of money on gold.
Yeah.
So the people that say we don't look at other things, here's your gold look for the day.
That is just.
And that 1 hour.
Yeah.
That last candle on the 1 hour, my goodness. Let's leave me on that big boy. Look at that. So this was, look how it plays out. So it gives you pretty much a hammer here. Then you start to see indecision on this next candle. This was on earlier this morning. Then it gives you a clear reversal sign here, right? You got a shooting star, which means we should reverse. And my gosh, it reversed from 25.94 up to 26.03 on that one reversal, and it's still not done yet.
Wow. Tell people who haven't played gold how much do you get per tick?
Gold is look, don't mess with gold.
Yeah, don't do it.
Don't do it. And so one good thing about gold. So let's say you're looking at a chart here, gold. I would, if I was playing gold during the daytime, I'm not sure if it plays out as much at night as it does in the day. But at nighttime, if I was looking, I would look for this little zone right here. So I would look for this pull back to this zone, and then you could long it two back up to high. It respects zones pretty daggone well.
Yeah. Well, and that looks like it just wants to keep going up. So any pullback, people are gonna buy that dip. It kind of makes sense heading into an election and recession fears and all that fun stuff.
Yeah, it does. It does. Let's go around the horn. Let's look at NQ while we're here. Let's clear everything off on NQ. Wow, NQ has been in a consolidation zone since yesterday. I mean, you have these wicks, right? But look at this whole zone here.
Mm-hmm.
It's just sideways, just range bound. Boom, boom, boom. That actually, wow. I'm not an NQ player, but that is set up for some nice longs and shorts. And of course, then you go to ES, which is what we normally trade. And then ES, you've got more of the uptrend. You don't have really the consolidation. So we're definitely trending still up. If you wanted to, you could draw a channel. You could draw that channel on ES right there and see how it plays out, long or short. I mean, long, short if it breaks to the downside, long if it breaks to the upside. Kind of what we were talking about the other day. What I was saying the other day, you can actually draw. Let's see. Draw a regression trend. We want to move that to the right. And then this would be the same thing, short below the midpoint, long above there. And you could adjust these out more to. Come on, grab that. Oh, what are you doing?
Just did my fibs for the since the European Open for high low. Pretty interesting. If you want to do that one next.
And this gives you so here's your say this is your trend line here, right? It gives you a 4 point to either side, so you can kind of see what to play in it. I played that in the past. I don't play it normally, so I'm not going to do it today. Yeah, I've got my fibs drawn from pre-market low, actually from yesterday's low, to pre-market high. We'll change these to the hourly fibs. Well, maybe not. Okay. I think I just reset my field, so it is what it is. One thing about Top Step X, I love it. I love the platform. It is, even though it is trading view driven, it is not trading view. It has its little quirks at times. I thought there was a way we could do it. Okay. We're just gonna watch this channel we're in right now and kind of see how it plays out from there. We got these fibs. You could draw.
Yeah, I drew from what was that? 5603. Which I guess technically is when the European Open was. I mean, there was a lower test earlier in the morning, um, but that reversal, that drop and then reversal from 5603 is where I drew the bottom and then put it up. And so we're basically right now at the 382 line at 5612 with that.
You got a couple different things you can look at here. So if you're looking at fibs, you you want to do mostly like the extreme levels, right? So
Yeah.
you had a high here, then you had an extreme drop. You could draw a fib level there. But the one I'm more looking at is here.
Mm-hmm.
You have this big wick, you have this extreme move up.
Mm-hmm.
So if you do it there, now it's tighter fibs, of course, but you would definitely want to see it come back on this. You'd want to see it come back around VWAP to the 61.8 level is what you would look for. You don't really want to take them in this shorter time frame because if you're looking at 10 points here total on the fib.
Right. Yeah. I don't know.
So if you play the level to level, you're only looking at like 1 point. That's
Right.
not a lot almost. So you would definitely want to see it come back in this golden zone before you take anything on that. On the longer ones, you can take them at the 23.6, the 38.2, and the 50. The shorter time frames, you want to see that pull back to the golden zone.
Yeah, just kind of hanging out.
Everyone, make sure you like, and if you're not subscribed, subscribe to the channel.
Did you watch any of the NFL game last night?
I did not watch hardly any. I turned it on. I was upset because I read a report where A-Chain was going to be limited in duty. Like everybody was saying, don't play him on your fantasy teams because blah, 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 all this and that. And what did he end up with? I know it was right at 30 last time I looked.
Yeah, he had a
Let's
game.
see. He got 29.5 points. So yeah, I was protesting.
So I turned on the game, and all I could hear was the sound effects of the game. There was no commentary. So I could hear everything on the field, the players talking, all that stuff. No commentary.
Oh.
I was like, "What in the world?" So I restarted. I was Prime and Fire Stick, all that. Nothing worked. So I looked it up, and it was an amazing kind of fix. So if you have your TV connected to a sound bar for only Amazon Prime Live TV, it picks up all of the sound effects. It actually requires that the TV input pushes out the sound for the live commentary. So I had to enable. I enabled on my TV both speakers to work for TV to work, and then the commentary popped on. So I thought that was pretty interesting. But it was it was odd to watch a football game without any commentary and just having the sounds of the game.
Well,
obviously, live event, it felt that way. But
look, I'm old enough to remember, and since today is my birthday, so I can reminisce a little bit. I'm old enough to remember back when you had the satellites, when you actually got the hot mic feed the whole time. So the mics never. So you would actually hear the commentators talk through commercials, and I'm talking about, man, you heard some stuff like, oof, you heard some stuff.
I want to give you a birthday shout out on the Discord. Yeah, and that simpler times, right? When people, I don't know, maybe they were more sensitive back then. I don't know. We got a lot of people too sensitive now. All right, get a little pullback here.
Yeah. At the 38.2, let's see if we come down to my VWAP my 618 that I want. And I don't know if I'm gonna take a trade here. I probably will, but we shall see if it gets there.
Gracious. Pull up gold again. My goodness.
I'm gonna hold off because I might be taking a trade here in a second.
Okay,
So
all right.
yeah, I want to see if it comes down.
26, 2608 on gold. Just just spiked another couple points. Amazing. So you're looking to enter at VWAP?
That's kind of my thought. Nvidia's coming down pretty hard. Apple's coming down pretty good. Microsoft coming down pretty good. NQ coming down pretty good. VIX popping pretty good. VIX might go above 17.
That was Sadie, his pivot point this morning. VIX 17.
It was who?
Sadie on Twitter.
Okay.
Very
Yeah, 17 is a key level there. It's pretty important. Do 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 do. Let's see. It's not going to get now. Nvidia's bouncing a little. Microsoft is still chilling. Apple's a small bounce here. CBD's negative 500, which is nothing. You got orders at 5605, which is below VWAP, which is kind of interesting here.
Yeah, we're too close to the open for me to.
Yeah, I'm probably going to wait now. GC gold. Wow. So we were just talking about gold.
Huh.
Well, we were talking about we were right here. And look, it came 6 ticks away from hitting that zone I was saying would be a good place to long at. Gold respects levels.
It is the best way to blow up an account in slow market time.
It is a great way to fund an account or to blow an account. Either way. And you know what? If you're trading a combine or something, just roll with it and keep adding to it. That is sarcasm, by the way. That's the quickest way to blow an account. This daggone thing, look, did not get. I wanted to get in the gold zone, and look how close it got to it before it popped.
Popped right at it.
Yep.
The fibs I had drawn, the 50 line is 56.10.25, so it got right at it. But again, open is right around the corner, so.
Yep. Yeah, we got what, 5 minutes? Right at 5 minutes left. So.
Yeah. No, but going back to I was telling you the NFL game yesterday. The score at halftime was 24-10. And on Miami's first drive, Tua throws a pick six. Nasty throw. So it's 31-10 with like 12 minutes left in the third quarter. The final score was 31-10. They only scored that pick six defensive touchdown in the second half.
Crazy.
So if you're a gambling man, which I happen to be, the over-under on that game was 48. At halftime, you were at 34, and you didn't get hit. You hit the under by 7 points. Unbelievable.
That sucks.
Especially when you get a defensive score touchdown 3 minutes into the third quarter. You think the over is a lock. That's why Vegas looks the way it does, because it gets the money from the suckers.
Vegas is undefeated.
SPY right at 560, right on the nose. So that's where we're probably going to open up. Bold statement with 4 minutes left.
Yeah, I want to. If we do take a trade this morning, I will be out by 9. I won't hold through data. Not this data. This is some decent data. So
Looking ahead to next week, obviously FOMC on Tuesday. Well, Monday you have Empire State Manufacturing Survey. Tuesday you have retail sales. So Tuesday's a big one with the recession, consumer confidence type stuff.
hey, while you cover this, I'm gonna step away for 1 second.
Yeah, go ahead.
I'll be right back.
So Tuesday you have the retail sales. So that becomes a very important indicator now because people want to know, is the economy slowing down? Is a recession currently happening? Is about to happen? And how deep of that recession will it go? So we've got 2.5 minutes to open. Looks like Nvidia is going to recover, open flat. Google has a nice move in pre-market, by the way. Hit 156.5, closed yesterday at 154.69. It's up right around $10 since all that antitrust stuff last week. Let's see. 90 seconds to open. Yeah, hadn't been a very good week for me trading. I've broken some rules. I've rushed trades. So today, gonna continue the theme yesterday. Just kind of take it slow, see if anything obvious comes in. Play it that way. Not try and guess a move, but actually play the move that the chart shows. So we got about 45 seconds to open. Got a little pullback happening now. VWAP test. There's your VWAP test.
Yeah, I'm not touching it yet.
Great.
Not at this close.
No, that's what I was just saying on the stream. I really haven't had the best week trading, so I'm just trying to not break my rules and stay a little bit more disciplined. I'm gonna map out the 15-minute orb today. I got a feeling with that data, a break of that orb will be a pretty good play.
Yeah, we can do it on here so everybody can see it. Great thing about trading view is I have it where it automatically set, so I don't have to worry with it. But
Here's your open. Probably get a little recovery here. It got to the bottom of that fib.
let's look at the bigger time frame. We're nowhere close to it in the bigger time frame.
Yeah.
So I would look on this longer time frame. I would look for it. 5,600 would be my spot to take a long.
The European market low is 56.03. That's where you had that kind of like double spot, but you've broken out of your range that you had drawn, your channel. So
Yep.
see if it comes back in. At the open, what do we got? Apple went red. Whoa.
Wow, that is a ugly Nvidia with a strong move up though. Microsoft had a decent move up. It's coming back a little bit now.
Yeah. That Apple open was a bit shocking.
Typically, I could take a VWAP rejection trade here, but I just don't like it right now. Might play out. Looks like it will play out. Well, yep. So VWAP was the trade there.
Yeah. Flow, market tide, puts start higher on premiums, but calls start higher on volume. Net flow tide on SPY. I need to get this. SPY.
I don't really like it. So could have got a few points off of it a minute ago, but it's just too volatile right now to take a chance, in my opinion. On a short, anyway.
It'll give us the.
Now it's going to pop back above. This is why you don't. Wow. Look at this move back up. Apple's still going down. Nvidia is now going down. Microsoft is holding up pretty strong so far. So
How's your CVD?
it's a negative 500. So nothing really to. It got down to negative 800. So it's not popping a lot here, but it's also not. I tend to think this might be a fake out to the upside, but where do you take it at?
Right. You're
Take
at
it at high day.
0.04 right now.
It's holding negative 600. Let's see. We got a minute and a half to this candle close. Let's see how it reacts to these to the EMAs here. If it starts to come back down, CVD is actually growing a little bit on this pop, which is kind of concerning if you are long. Well, it's back to 600, but it's still not. Buyers are not taking control, according to CVD. Even though we're getting a pop up, we're not getting the drastic move in CVD with it. Nvidia's bouncing back up. Apple's bouncing a little. Microsoft coming back some now. So we got 30 seconds left of this candle. Would not be at all surprised to see us get a red candle here. This could be a fake move up at the time being. It could be a strong move. We don't know yet. CVD's not suggesting it's a strong move. So we're still holding 600, negative 600.
Calls on general market tide went through the roof, just popped way up there.
Really?
So yeah.
CVD's coming. Look at this. Oh, there we go. CVD come back to okay. CVD's popping now. It's almost a zero.
Yeah, I'm with Led here. It's the he just posted on the chat. It's a little challenging, but it's definitely calls going higher, puts going lower.
Yeah, and I mean, you sit there and look. I was looking at a short possibly, but I didn't take it because I didn't feel comfortable with it, and that proves to be a good play because we would have got stopped out.
Yeah, and I mean that little wick up on this you're kind of wicking down, got to wick up now, but you're just now in this range again, where we were just kind of hanging out at the open. So
I mean, look how the VWAP, man. Look at VWAP. Look how the fibs played out this morning.
beautiful, just beautiful.
Led, I tend to agree. He said, unless University of Michigan throws a surprise out there, I think it's a slow trend day to the upside. I tend to agree with you, sir.
Yeah, this is where you just go what 2 ES long, and then shut down your computer and come back at 350 or 250.
Yeah, you have to give it enough room to play out. You got Apple is popping back up some. Why do I still have Apple in 30 minutes? I need Apple in the 5 minute.
Yeah, tied way up there.
There you go. If we get a decent pullback, I would probably look 5610 area, that 38.2.
I'd
Might
anticipate you're gonna get a pullback to VWAP before that data. That's guessing, but that's
get 23 minutes till data. 23. Oh, it didn't give me the pullback I wanted here. It should have took it right there off the EMAs, and I didn't do it, so I can't chase it here.
point of control was at 1275. It hit it and then bounced right off of it too.
Oh, this is frustrating. But if this is part of trading, guys, this is part of trading. You don't hit every move.
Video 11960 high day. That is a candle. Wow.
We're taking a hit on this combine to start the day, $2,600. That's where I told you it blew through my stop. So
You got Apple not participating here though.
Apple looks, man, that's an ugly open for Apple.
Yeah, it's a bit puzzling. I mean, this is one of those days where I kind of said it yesterday that what happens when Apple does start participating. Um, yeah, Microsoft and Apple both not participating really.
Microsoft's not bad. I
Yeah,
don't know.
Microsoft's not bad. It's red
Yeah,
on the day, but it's not bad on the.
yeah, but it's had a pretty decent open. It's kind of fought back. Uh, Nvidia is kind of chilling around 119.50.
Yeah, calls came back down on general market tide. Um,
Yeah, CBD went back to zero.
Net flow on SPY um, is higher. I'm gonna ask lead because unusual whales is not. I'm gonna ask him to share the SPY holdings flow.
Apple fixing to test low a day, while Nvidia just broke through high, finna break through high day, and Microsoft's gonna break through high day. It seems to be Apple is what's keeping us from ripping.
That's exactly what I was about to say. If Apple joins the party, look out! But it's not joining the party right now.
Oh, and it came back and tested the stupid EMAs again. I missed it once again. So
Yeah, I'm not.
I got a feeling. Look, Apple's fixing a turn. I just don't see
Yeah,
them continuing this down with everything else green like this.
we got about 5 minutes till the orb. You got a pretty good range happening on this orb too, so you're gonna
Yeah.
go 5605 to at least 5617 ish. So you got a
So if
12
we
point range there.
So it's going to be the blue lines on here. It's VWAP. I don't know what the. Led, you're going to make me cuss already this morning. It's not VWAP.
It's VWAP.
It's VWAP.
The very famous song is not WAP, it's WAP, right?
Well, we ain't talking about that.
All right, where's the holdings tab? Net premium. There we go. Thank you, Led.
It's testing these again. So Apple's actually popping down. Nvidia's coming back. Microsoft's coming back. So of course they don't move together.
I'm in a combine, so I'm gonna take a little long here. I'm gonna take one.
So Led, I bet you say the dome too, not dime, right? Trade the dome.
I took a 1 ES long on a combine there.
I should have. I was too busy wanting to roast Led.
Messing around. Cuss. No.
I heard that, by the way.
I know. SPY calls are up, but they're coming down. Puts are falling as well. Holdings though. Calls are rising. Puts are falling. So
Nvidia's bouncing back some. Microsoft's looks like it's moving back to high day. Apple at 225, 222.65. So it still looks kind of weak down here. The VIX is 1698. It did get above that 17 for a minute. I'm turning the chat off. So Led's gonna run it for all y'all.
I'm gonna take another one at 56.12.75, which is where I'm at currently, but I'd rather have two than one here. This actually, I'll go a little lower. I'll go to 12. That's my that's the 382 of my fibs that I wrote. True. Apple wants to go.
Apple is looking a little better now. Here we go. Here's your move, Roy. It just can't hold it. CBD is 900, but CBD is not running away. So it's telling you here that nobody's really still in control. Even though we're getting a move up, nobody's still in control.
Dickard with a good move. Did the move.
There's your high day.
And with a minute left in the orb, it's going to make an even larger range for you.
Yep. Let's see if that one holds or if I got to move it up more. I want to move it up more. Low volume odds definitely always favors the bulls. There's no doubt.
Yep.
And there's your orb. Unless something drastic happens really quick. So your blue lines there, you could actually, I could actually draw it as a channel and change the color.
So I'm gonna keep my I'm gonna move my fibs to the orb range.
Oh, we just broke out the upside.
Here it goes.
So yeah, the red box is orb. It looks pink on some, but it's because we had a blue line there. We don't really need anymore. Sorry, didn't catch that. I can't get it. It's all right. We'll leave it.
So I got $200 on that trade. It came back and hit my stop, but
We'll be looking to enter this time. We've got 14 minutes till data. Is it okay I say data led or did I say data?
I think those are universally accepted.
Well, who knows?
Data. Do you say aunt or aunt?
Did I say what?
Aunt or aunt?
Ant.
Right. So you go to Auntie Anne's.
Yep.
All right, good. Good lemonade.
Are there any of those left still?
Yeah, yeah. They're the mall rest areas on the turnpike. Apple not following the move. I'm pretty surprised here.
Nvidia's come way back. Microsoft coming way back. I don't get it right this second.
Getting an orb breakout to the upside still. Chat.
NQ is coming back. Just ES is the one holding it up.
Data in 13 minutes. Let's check the flows. So SPY holdings puts are above calls. Surprising. SPY net. I mean, we got three flows going now. SPY net calls are above puts with puts falling, and General Tide calls way up, puts way above puts and climbing.
Yeah,
Puts are not
CBD's at
falling.
plus 1800 now too.
Yeah, I think it's either gonna Apple's either gonna play along or the market's just gonna leave it behind. I guess that's. And again, what happens when Apple decides to join? Nvidia came down. I just saw
Yep.
that. What is going on here?
It doesn't make a ton of sense looking at the Mag 7, does it?
No, no. I mean, Amazon is up almost 1%. Microsoft's green. It's came down. What do we got? Where's Goog's? Google's up strongly, almost 1%. That is
Well,
insane. I'm up 50% on my Google
EMA
options.
test was the play. EMA test was the play. I'm fading in and out. See y'all. I'm
Calls are
still here.
rising strong. Yeah, that's what a 11-point move off those EMAs.
Uh, so it was actually down here, 14, yeah, 9, 10. I guess it's about there. So yeah, about 56-14 or so.
Yeah,
We're
real
all
easy said he
at
cut
it.
his long too early.
Yeah, it's easy to do.
Well, that wick after the orb set got me, so it hit my stop, and I only made $200. And had I kept it, it'd be up an additional $300 now. So one ES on a combine. 10 minutes till data.
Orders all the way up to 56.45 too, by the way. Big orders up to 56.45. Book map suggesting any pullback, we're popping back up. I mean, you've got from 56.20 to 56.15 pretty much, and that's your looks like it's going to be your pullback area, then pop back up.
You are now comfortably above your 5-day, 50-day, and 20-day moving averages.
I said 56.20, it came back right to the 56.21. So
The hell of a move.
CBD still not blowing anything away. It's 1900. It hadn't broke 2,000 yet. I would love to see it come back to this 15. I don't know if that's possible. Come back in between 56.20 and 56.15. I will look for a long, but it's going to be a short one with data coming out.
On Monday, we were at 5,400, by the way.
Yep. Yep. Well, just a couple weeks ago, the Bears were screaming, "Hey, we're back! It's a bear market."
Boy, I've been there.
You lived there
You
for
got
a long
front row
time.
seat to those. Yeah. I love core puts. I take my screenshots. I was all excited. Thought I was finally going to have the epic crash.
CBD just broke 2,000, by the way.
Wow. That's why I sympathize with all the GME and AMC people. I was in my own little cult at the time. I was in my bear
It
cult.
was with SPY. It was with the SPY. It was with a market that is designed to go up.
Yeah. Let's stand in front of a money printer, and yeah.
Ooh, Apple with a pop, son. Apple's fixing to break the 8. Looks like it's testing the 8 now.
I want to gamble.
CBD's come back to 1,700.
This is where you chase and get your head torn off. Puts rising a little bit. Calls on nonstop rise. So net flow,
Oh.
buy holdings are now neck and neck. Both are rising. So people are making their bets right now. That's for sure. You're getting both puts and calls going up.
Apple popped above the 8 for a second, then came back. It's still testing the 8 now. Nvidia looks pretty strong. Microsoft looks weak now. It's coming back pretty good.
So on Bookmap, when data starts to come up, does it basically just goes black, doesn't it?
So it cleared. Yeah, most of your orders clear. You'll have a few orders set up there, but most orders get cleared out, and it all your heat map will pretty much go to the black. Even though when there's still orders up there, it's showing you they're not really strong orders. So
yeah.
All right, we're in the range I was thinking about taking along. So let's see if we can get a little more. I want to see it come back. I want to see it test that 56.15 area or close to it. And then I would actually start to enter about 56.17 if it can come back that far. Bookmap saying we should, but that doesn't always mean we do it. You've only got a couple hundred orders to go through to get to that level. So they just popped 400, almost 500 orders up at 56.28, 29. Let's see. This little area right here. At 550 orders total. That's 700 orders there now sitting at that level.
Yeah, like I said, looking at flow again, about 5.5 minutes to data. You're getting both calls and puts. Moving up, calls just dropped on the SPY holdings. Puts are rising.
This is kind of what we're looking at before. So see how these orders are stacked? And then you got to go a long way down to see the same stack. And they're not near as strong. You got a few here, but this 56.15 area, which I would love for it to come back and test, you've got some stacks around it. But this upside is just 100, 100, 179, 175, 260, 300, 225. It's just stacked.
On the stream yesterday, I rewatched it just because I was able to hear my voice twice. But when you went through and you said there was orders stacked above, it was exactly the moment that the market went boom, boom, way up. It was shortly after, probably about 15 minutes or so. It just ripped through. And you kept saying, the orders are stacking up. So the move to the upside here seems likely. And
Yeah. So here, look,
and then went.
Let's run an experiment.
Granted, that was no data. This was just organic moment in the trading day.
We're cleared. We have no indicators on the chart. So still, my level for entry to go long is going to be the same area down here. And you can see, if we even take this off, and this is just looking straight at the dime, right?
Mm-hmm.
We're going to trade off the dime. So everybody, you've heard people say before, you can trade off the dime. You don't need a ton of indicators, right? You could draw like a level here and say, hey, if it comes back to this level, I'm looking to go long. Or you can just look here, and without volume profile, you can see where your heavy area is. Look, here's all your orders, your time of sales, right? It's your volume right here. See that big area? You can also see you got big orders sitting here. You go to the upside, you can see we hadn't been there yet, so you see no volume on this time frame today. But then you also see these orders stacked up here. So if these orders were to stay where they're at and you trend up here, you would look to go short up at this area for a reversal back down. Now, that's if they leave these orders alone. And, of course, indicators aren't going to help you a ton up here anyway because you're moving to the upside if you're looking for a short. On a trend like today, if you look, since 1 o'clock, 150 yesterday, we've trended slow trend up. Kind of like Led said earlier, low volume always favors the bulls, but the trend could see a trend up all day unless data, throws that out. So you can see the same thing without having to have a bunch of stuff on your chart. This is a bear chart. I could trade this chart bear, just looking between this and book map, and I have no problems trading this chart without adding anything extra to it. That just shows you, like, the people that swear you have to have all these indicators. You got to have all this stuff. The fighting over and we get arguments too over the 8 or the 9. It doesn't make a difference. The 8 or the 9 is the same indicator, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's you're looking one candle difference between the two. You're not worried about that. The 20 and the 21 doesn't make a hill of beans difference. It's the same thing. But you don't actually have to have them either. You can trade without it. Like if you was to trade, I don't want to clear all orders off, but in order to draw it, I have to clear it out. I don't want to do it, but you could draw a fib level just from here to here and play just the fibs. There's so many different ways you can play this. It's actually going to play out without having to have a bunch of indicators in here and a bunch of. This is no offense to you and Led with the MACD and the Bollinger Bands and all that. It's just you don't have to have it. There's different ways to trade it, is my point. So
Yeah.
they've actually moved these orders back too. These that were 56.15, you still got a few, but look, they're getting smaller.
Puts are rising, calls are dropping.
Very strange. They're moving these orders down. They're stacking these down. So you could see them move down.
Flow is indicating.
They're starting to clear. Okay, we're clearing orders now. So we got data coming out in 30 seconds. So I'm going to pull everything back up. Even though you don't have to have them, I like having them. All right, orders are cleared. You got 56.45 is still holding. They still got a ton of orders up there, Roy. It is still red. It's the only thing red on the whole chart.
Huh. Nvidia came down pretty good. Whoa.
Prelim actual Michigan 1-year inflation 2.7, forecast 2.8. 5-year inflation prelim 3.1, forecast 3. Previous was 3. Sentiment prelim 69, forecast 68.5, previous 67.9. Expectations prelim 73, forecast was 72.2, previous 72.1. And the Michigan condition premium prelim actual 62.9, forecast 61.6, previous 61.3. Yes, Led, it was spicier than thought. Now what do we do?
Yeah,
Now what do we do?
you got all the way down to 56.10. You spiked all the way up to 56.28.
It came all the way down where I told you they were stacking those orders at earlier. Right
Calls
over
did
15.
drop, puts did rise. Um, yeah, mm, I would hint that you're going to get right back down to VWAP again, but it's all over the place.
You got orders popping between 56.10 and 56.05 still.
Let's digest the data a little bit. So these are all prelim numbers. So inflation expectations went down a tick. That's bullish. Uh,
Look at this.
preliminary,
Look at this.
yeah,
No stacked orders. No stacked orders to high day. No stacked orders to 56.10. You've got,
wow.
yeah. I've never seen it spread like that, to be honest with you.
Yeah, I'm kind of with Led on his assessment. A lean bullish with the data, just based on data. You had upticks on everything, the consumer sentiment wise, which is positive, and you had a downtick on the inflation. But it's interesting given what you just showed on the DOM, and this candle basically is the definition of an indecision candle.
Yeah, I mean, there's no, okay, you're seeing a couple orders pop into the upside now. You're still not seeing triple digits to the downside, which is crazy, which is why we're not going to the downside. We're kind of just chilling.
CBD,
CBD's 12,
CBD,
1200. I would like to see it come down to 56.10 area, and then I would look to long it here if we, unless we crash straight to it. But you're seeing orders at 56.11 now coming in. They're starting to move 56.12.
I think 56.13 is where I'm going to put an ES
Right at,
for a combine.
yeah, right at VWAP.
I'm going to do one there, and then if we break lower and it tends to hold, I'll add another. But we'll see. So I don't know if it'll break down, but we're getting a little spooked looking at NVIDIA. Um, it had a drastic drop, but now it's recovering. Calls are looking to recover. It looks like Apple went back to green on its little journey. Yeah, I'd say it's lean to the upside, which is why we're trying to get a pullback, but it may not be as deep as we want it.
Yep. And it might be the ADMA here. I don't know.
Yeah, and you're right at the orb high.
Yeah. Just a little more here, a little more. We still have a ton of order. With 56.10 area still seems to be the spot that they want it to come to.
Yeah, I'm being a little conservative here. I probably would have taken a long off the previous day high, which was 56.1775.
Yeah, excuse me for 2 seconds here. 2 seconds.
Oh, yeah, it's gonna come down. I'm gonna go one ES on a combine, 56.1775, and then I'll add another at VWAP if we get there, but it doesn't look like we are. It's held that 8 EMA and just bouncing now. See if it can come back down. Puts are general market side, calls spiked up, puts still steadily rising. On net flows, calls spiked up, puts slight downtick. Sorry, on the SPY holdings, that was that.
I'm back.
So I have an ES long at 56.1775, the previous day high, which is right at our near our 8 EMA as well on the 3 minute. And if it hits me, then I'll add another. If it keeps dropping, I'll add another VWAP.
Howie's going to ride his bike. Well, enjoy your weekend, Howie. Go ride that bike, sir.
Yeah, man, living the dream.
I'm glad some people can ride a bike and enjoy it. I ride a bike. I'm trying to get somewhere. I used to enjoy riding a bike, and then I got a car and realized I didn't need a bike.
Amen.
I don't know anybody
Right,
knows
so I
anything
ended up
about
buying.
Oxford. Is so hilly. If you was to ride a bike, I bought a bike. I was like, I'm gonna start riding a bike over here. And the first day I went out, I was like, all right, I'm selling this bike. This is horrible. This is the dumbest I ever had in my life. It is nothing but hills. I mean, there's no flat land here at all.
Mm.
Yeah, that 13.
I
Look at that 13 hole. That was a spot for me.
yeah, I
I don't
entered
know
at
why
fifty
I'm
six
hesitating this morning. I
twenty
guess because
two.
I already took a little loss in here, and I don't want to take a chance.
Yeah, I only had one, but I got in at 56.1775, and then
Oh, I mean, CBD still telling you nothing. It's 11, 1200. Apple is going for the 21 break.
so I went ahead and took this profit on this one. I'd like a pullback lower. Oh, that worked out. Um, so I'm not in anything now. Calls are
And we're
rising.
top of this channel again. And we've been in this channel. We haven't been able to get a clear break out of it, have we?
Mm-mm. Looks like it may come in though.
I'm not 69, Snoop. And what you forget is I control this Discord. I can remove your comments, sir. Even though he's not listening because Snoop's not a supportive friend. How we better than running? Yes. Yes. I am glad you enjoy it, sir. I'm more. I love you for it. Led, I can remove your comment too, sir.
Not
Cash
getting a
apps, I am
breakout
not
here.
69. Look, y'all fit to make me cuss on the stream.
Right? You're getting put slightly dropping a little bit. Calls kind of staying put. Well, sorry, calls on General Tide are up. Puts are slightly dropping on General Tide. Net flow, you got puts falling, calls kind of hanging up, and then on SPY holdings. So these are all the stuff in the inside of the SPY, individually measured. The calls are rising strongly. So the entire market is actually all the other stuff. I think Led just posted about Nvidia flattened it down, allowing other AI plays to play. So it's basically all the other stuff is moving up. Home Depot green. Home Depot is pretty green. 1.2%. Broadcom green. Dell green.
Oh, I meant to pull the move out and didn't move it in time.
Yeah. So, what are we looking for here? We're looking for a pullback for an entry, right?
I got in. I was trying to. I actually set a limit order, and I was fixing to pull it back to the 8, and then it failed before I could pull it back to the 8. So I'm in earlier than I wanted to be.
So, do you get discouraged? How do you feel like when we have moments like this where we're kind of lingering? Granted, time is not that much. We've 11 minutes since data, and we're just still kind of lingering, finding a comfort zone. Do you obviously we're verbally saying we lean bullish, but the lack of move initially off that data, does that make you hesitate?
No, I think we're fixing to go right back to what we were. I think we're going to start the trend up, and we might get a reversal at some point. I just don't see it here. I think if you was getting reversal, we would have got it already. So I just think we trend up, and this is where this is one of those days that I'm gonna actually move this take profit way up, and I want to trail this move if it keeps. I'm pretty sure we're gonna get back. I think we're gonna get back to high day. I'm not gonna say anything certain, right? But once we break high day, I'm gonna move this stop up to this candle low here, and we're gonna start playing it candle to candle, or maybe every 2 candles to a candle. I don't want to get stopped out too early, then it keeps going in that direction. So, and it looks like they're moving these orders up above high day. Right, you see, they're stacking them above, and they're moving up. You're gonna see these moving up. These move up, it just keeps pulling it with it. It's kind of like a magnet. Look to the low side, you don't see really anything till way down here at my entry. So let's see if they take these out or if they move these up. This is the one in question, this 5628 area. I got 200 orders there. Now, a lot of these orders could be spoof orders and they could keep moving them. They're loading that up, which is why we're getting this drop back for some reason. They loaded a ton of them up right here. And this is why you don't move your stop too quick. Because if I went on and moved that stop to break even, now this could be a reversal. Look at these candles you're getting here now, these wicks. Mm-hmm. And it seems to be coming right back to that channel. That channel seems to be wanting to hold it. We could adjust that channel some if we needed to, but that is not a very strong move. You got Apple coming back, and they're popping back up. NVIDIA came back. Microsoft came back. NQ came back. VIX is popping. VIX is still below 17. It's at 56, 56.69. I still tend to think we're going to. Ooh, we got 500 orders sitting at 56.30. Oh, we sure do. Right there on 56.30. They moved them. They pulled some.
Calls, general tide rising, puts kind of staying put. Net flow, calls are rising, puts kind of down, and then on SPY holdings, they're now neck and neck. Both calls and puts are on top of each other.
And CBD's coming back to 1,000. So CBD's doing the is showing today we're not getting a runaway either way. So it's playing out. CBD still chilling, not doing anything.
I'd say it holding 56.20 is a pretty good indicator. Good statement here. I mean, buyers started showing up right on that dip.
Oh, let's break high day. CBD's moved to 1400, still not running away. Back to 1100 now, 1200.
Calls are still rising. So puts aren't exactly falling. They're rising with it. But
This is where you got to be careful. If you are going to trail your play here with your stop, you can't get too aggressive with it. If you think the move is still to the upside, which I think it's to the upside, but if you kind of go back some, you look, we've got a zone here. I'm gonna move this up more anyway. Got a zone here that we're in all the way to 55, 56.36, where you're actually seeing orders, a lot of double-digit orders up at this area. So,
but looking at your DOM, those are stacked all the way up, right? I mean that.
yeah, they're showing,
Yeah.
they're stacked to 34, 56, 34 area. And then you see you got nothing except this big area here. Downsides, you don't really have anything stacked. You got a couple down here, but it's just two compared to three or four here. So I still lean bullish, but that doesn't mean we continue to go that way.
Calls continuing to rise. No change there.
So I'm gonna move my stop up to a little different, yeah, to the 32.8 area. Nothing new on that. Okay, we just broke high day. Now Tuesday's high. This is going to be a big one here. If we can break Tuesday's high, then we should go to that 36 area I was talking about, where you've got a lot of orders sitting at. Well, this area, and they're going to stack these. You see this moving them up, so we might get a little pullback, then a move back up. This is actually a pretty strong candle after these wicks. Now, of course, we've got roughly a minute and a half left, so we could form another wick and reverse back down. CBD's finally broke 2,000. It's at 2,200. So it's suggesting that bulls or buyers are taking control. I really want to see that 45 area. This area here is where I want to see it go to.
Calls are rising still. Put slight drop on actually all of them. So SPY Holdings, Net Flow, and General Market Time.
They're stacking some orders down here now. Well, they were. They kind of stack them for a second and they pull them. So you still got this hard area here. I need to move this stop below that. Of course, we get up here in this zone. Tuesday's high and we reject so far. So that could be the top of it. Could be. I'm not saying it is for sure, but it could be. Going back up. Are we going to test it again? They're holding. They got orders sitting at 56.30 and right above it. So we might go above this 56.30 area, which is Tuesday's high. So far, I don't have any indication I need to go and cut and take. I mean, we're going to leave it where it's at. I'm actually going to move this up some with these orders. So now we're risking 150 bucks on the trade overall, even though we are up, 900 something bucks. But
Slight dip in calls, very slight though. Nothing crazy.
I keep pulling these orders in. Now they're pulling them to the downside too. Seeing some stacking here. We still got these. These orders here seem they're not moving those off 5630. So it's interesting to see if they can take that out.
What's Apple doing? Apple
is pop and then coming back. Nvidia's coming down. Microsoft coming down. VIX is coming down. It was. It just turned green on that candle. VIX is still holding 1665.
Calls ticking back up on flow. Puts are basically flat. And it's short-term trend. So I think you're about to get that test of that high day.
These orders here suggesting that's what's going to happen. If you look, they had them stacked here, and they start moving those orders up, and they're moving them up to the 35 area. So you are seeing some more stuff.
Good. As I say, IWM's up almost 2%, 1.9%.
That was a good play, Led. Good call out.
Yes.
They're still holding those orders at 5630. I'm not sure how many's in there, but they are holding them tight, whatever they are. I know they keep adding and taking away from them, but you got your core there that looks like that's where they're selling at. Going to test it. They still have not moved up, and they ate them up. They bought them. So now you look to see they're throwing more back in there, and they're buying them up. Yeah, they're buying them up. We should go to the 30. I would assume we go to the 35 area now. Now's where we move it up. We're going to put it in profit, so we're guaranteed 375 now.
Calls rising. So that was a pretty strong move up on calls on the holding side.
I went in looking at CBD. CBD spiked to 2,700 there, which it's been holding 2,000. So it's holding 2,700 now.
I think you're gonna get maybe another EMA test, and then that's the theme of the day so far, right? To test the EMA and spike up, test the EMA and spike up.
I don't need an EMA test yet because that doesn't get me what I want. That's where my stop's at.
So it's holding above 5630 here. There it goes.
All right, let's clear everything out for a second. So notice once we made this candle at the data, right? So you got a higher high. It never came back and tested this low. This candle never came back and tested the low. This candle never came back and tested the low. This candle hadn't come back and tested the low. So what you want to do is you want to move. So we got this candle. If it comes back and tests the low, that means our trend's broke, right? And it could come down further. So that's why I'm saying candle to candle, or I could leave it here. But if it takes me out at 562, it's just going to take me out. But the last 5, 10, 15, 20 minutes or so, we have not tested a candle low yet. That's how I tend to look at it. I want to clear that out so y'all can see that. And here we come to the 5635, which I said we should test. We break the 5636 area. shall I say 56.45 ish?
I got a line at 56.42.
At some point, I'm gonna have to take profit. I just don't know. If we get back green on the day, I'm going to be a lot tighter on my stops. And if we break this here, I'm probably going to take it. If we break Tuesday's low or Tuesday's high, I'm probably going to cut at that point. I tested it. CBD still climbing some. It's 26, 27.
NQ testing it's 8 now.
I'm gonna take it. So we got $1,000 on the trade. I'm gonna look to re-enter though. If it comes back here, I'm gonna re-enter 56.25. Oh, don't do me like that.
That was dirty. Oh, that was dirty. Oh man. Dropping calls, but oh man. Here it goes. Here it goes. Here it goes. Here it goes. There you go.
Yeah. Well, no, still didn't feel me. It gets a tick away. Yeah, we just had a whole conversation about how I feel about indicators. This could move to 56.20. Let's move this down a little. Oh shit!
As you said that.
Yeah, as soon as I wanted to move it to it, it took me out and popped right back up. This son of a gun.
Got the 21, 56.21.
Yeah, I'm in at 23.50. CBD came back a lot, so it's down to 1,300. So this could be a bad move here.
Calls trended down.
First time, so talking about this is where the trend was broke. So let's see if we get a close above that candle close there. In order to stay bullish, we need to close above this 56.25 area, and it looks like we might not do it. So
yeah, calls dropping, puts rising. Yeah, net flow. Calls dropping, puts rising, and then SPY holdings. Calls drop, puts rising. So you had that. I mean, that area you set at 36.
yeah,
Was a target. Now we're looking at what does it want to do? 4-hour chart ES. It's creating basically an indecision candle.
yep. 30-minute. I mean, yeah, 30-minute gave you one last candle. Hourly is giving you one now.
Looks like we're
gonna stop out. Yeah, we're gonna chill for a bit. We're gonna actually swap this 150K account. We hadn't traded it yet. We're gonna see.
Puts off a cliff.
VWAP holds.
Sorry, calls off a cliff.
CBD's gone negative, by the way. CBD is going negative.
Yeah. This looks like one of those. We got near VWAP there.
Let's look at the orders. You got orders stacked up here at the 25, 24 area. You're seeing more orders stacked to the downside this time. I will not say it, Led. I'm gonna block you. Broke VWAP. Came back above it. You do that, Led.
Probably looking at what,
CBDs.
56.10? Calls off a cliff. Just
And I think we're finna get a
gone.
breakdown here, in all honesty. I just don't know how far it's going to break down. But it's holding VWAP here, which is kind of CBD's popping back up.
Get a retest of the orb high here.
Yep. I would love to take a short here, but this wick does not give me any
Confidence.
any sense of confidence at all.
Yeah, broke above orb high.
Yeah, I'm thinking about taking long now.
Hey, retesting the 8. Oh, and Q. What do we got here? So NQ's tested the 50. Was at 19,444. It's at 19,5. So it wicked off the 50. That's the second time it's done that, but it looks like it's coming back down to retest it.
VIX popped to almost 17, then rejected back. Microsoft everything came down, but everything's popping right back up. So Lynn, I definitely agree with you. I think the downside, I don't know. I want to say downside favors it, but then this candle is just not giving me a good downside candle now. This wick
Looking at
back
a
up.
3 minute. 3 minute.
Do
I still got a minute. I said I still got a minute left on this candle, the 3 minute, and it's bouncing off. If you did the fibs off the orb range, it bounced off the 382 almost perfectly, which is also the point of control, 5613.50. And again, coming back and retesting the orb high. Um, and Q testing the 50 now.
56.25. Let me move this 56.25. And then you've got these orders at 56.45 that have been there for a couple days now. I don't know if you remember yesterday we were talking about those orders sitting at 56.45. And today, when all data cleared, all orders cleared, everything cleared but 56.45.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's just a fishing spot they're just seeing or what it is. Now it needs to hold. That was a. Well, it's going to come back. I just don't get it.
NQ got near VWAP and looks like it rejected. It's back at the 50. 50-day moving average. So it's in between those two levels. So VWAP's above it. The 50-day moving average is right at it, right below it. I think you may get a move down of about 56.14 here. Calls kind of flattened out. They've stopped dropping. Puts also flattened out, but on net flow, calls are dropping, puts are rising. And on SPY holdings, that drop on calls is pretty drastic, but it seems to have leveled out now here as well. So now it's all about the continuation. Do we see a continuation move down? And it just keeps wicking.
And guys, if you notice, I have not traded a funded account today, so I just wasn't feeling it. I don't want to take a chance. You don't have to trade it every day. They're moving those up above 25, so we're going to actually move this back up about 26 area. It needs to break. If it breaks here, if it breaks to 8, then we can get it, and then we go back and test high day, in my opinion. In my opinion, CBD still is negative, but it's not moving really one way or the other, so this could be another play where it's just working stuff out. I would love to get rid of 3 of these 6 here, but I probably need to go and take it here, to be honest with you. Let's see if it'll fill that one.
Yeah, you're at the 8 now. NQ just broke above VWAP.
Yeah, ES is struggling with the 8. I probably should have went on and took $1,000 and called it a day, to be honest with you, but go.
Call slight tick down on holdings. General flow, well, on net flow, it actually ticked up. Holdings ticked down. So somebody bought some big name was what that would suggest to me.
I should have left it there. It would have got me. I'm playing games with moving the take profit. I just need it. There you go. Secured $1,000 or $500 secured. So we're 1,200 up on the day on this one. And these, I'm not trying to pass them in 2 days. Actually, my goal is if I could pass this one by next Friday. This is 150, so your target is 9,000. And Roy, I'm gonna go on and close this out at $1,000. We might move up more, and it is what it is. But this is 2 days in a row I've made $1,000 in this account. So even though we did take an L in the 100K.
Yeah, I mean it's kind of trending. It's struggling with this 8, but it's normally when it does this, it's always that next candle that says, "Okay, we're good to go," and we just got it on the 3-minute, and there it goes.
Yeah, I think I should have held it. Oh, I was trying to get in along there on this other one too.
NQ now comfortably over VWAP. It's VWAP. It's now testing the top Bollinger Band for it. ES is well above its top Bollinger Band, so it looks like it wants to test high a day.
This is what drives you crazy. So you go long here, it breaks down, stops you out, and then your initial long, you'd be in profit now.
Yeah, I haven't done anything on my XFAs today. Just not trying to make a bad week worse, and to be honest, nothing's really been all that clear.
Nah, we're probably just gonna chill here for the rest of the day. I don't know. I might come back a little later and look at an XFA. If it's anything, it's gonna have to be a solid move where I feel really comfortable with to take anything on it. And I might trade these to try to get these back. I don't know. And I might not even look at the charts again the rest of the day. So, Roy, how about your picks of the week this week for your college and NFL picks? So I can write this down to make fun of you again next week.
All right. Well, before calls are rising again on net premium, but let's take a look here. This is Led's favorite part of the day. Um, Led is not a sports guy, by the way. I'm gonna go with a boring but short term because the game's tonight. I'm gonna go over on the Arizona Kansas State game. It's 61, which is pretty high, but I'm gonna go over. I like Arizona's
Okay.
offense, and Kansas State is kind of crap, even though they're favored at home. I do like +7 on. Actually, I'm gonna switch that. I'm gonna go Arizona +7. Arizona +7. I'm gonna take the points. I don't normally like road teams, but I'm gonna do Arizona +7. Then on NFL, you're gonna like this one. You're gonna like this one a lot. I'm gonna
Well, as
take the
long as you don't
Pats
pick the
plus.
Giants to win.
I'm gonna take the Pats +3.5 at home versus Seattle. Getting a
Okay.
strong move up on. Oh, Flo had a dippity doo.
I got them marked down for you.
All right, man. Your Ole Miss boys play Wake Forest.
Yep. On the
In the
CW, the big CW. So excited to play on
all,
the CW. Our debut on the CW.
always hostile territory. The old Winston Salem.
Yeah, I think we're what 26 point favorites or something like that going in. It was something high.
Yeah, it's obnoxious. I think it's
23.
21. Let me see. 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 Ole Miss 21 -21.
21. It was 20, I think 22 and a half when I looked yesterday.
Yeah, you're over under 64.5 points. There's actually a pretty good game that I was surprised at the line. Missouri's at home to Boston College, and it's
I saw that.
Mizzou 15.5.
I saw that.
Yeah, that'd be actually a good one. But that's about it on the good games. I mean, South Carolina, LSU
I
rivalry
can't believe
game.
game day's going there.
Yeah, I know. I thought for sure they'd go to Alabama, Wisconsin, but I guess maybe I missed Fox is there, so they're not going there.
Well, that hadn't seemed to bother them before.
True.
Let's see. I was looking at this and I was like, "There's got to be a better game besides that." So you couldn't do it if Arizona, Kansas State would be great if it was on Saturday, but it's not on Saturday, so
Yeah.
you couldn't do that one. Alabama, Wisconsin would be a good pick. There was a Missouri, Boston College would have been a good pick.
Yeah, I thought that was a good opportunity. It was an SEC school playing a ranked ACC school. I mean,
Have
not
they ever been
sexy, of
to
course.
Missouri? I mean, if they have, it's been years.
I can't recall. I mean,
You got the Civil War. You got Oregon State this weekend.
yeah, you had a lot of rivalry games. Washington State. Um,
Oh, Notre Dame, Purdue could have went Purdue. I
yeah,
think they're
could have.
about Notre Dame out. So
I think everybody's about Notre Dame down.
yeah.
New high a day puts fall off a cliff. We're
Oh, we
broken
should
out.
have took that long. We should have chased, but hey, it's neither here nor there.
We've broken out. I actually took it on a combine right before my picks.
There you go.
We're looking good on this guy. I did
I should have paid attention to the Tuesday's high break or low break there, but we didn't.
yeah, Led called it. It tested VWAP and then just went for it. Went for
Yep.
it.
That was definitely a straight power move to the upside from there for sure.
All morning we were bullish. And then we got our
Yep.
pullback and we got nervous. I think that was the scars from the earlier this week, to be honest.
Yeah.
But you know,
The other indicators aren't really saying anything. So, well, before I do anything stupid, I think I'm about ready to call it a day. Roy, you about ready to call it a day?
I think so too, man.
How'd you do
Good
today?
end to our. So I did a little on the XFA. I lied. I did like $50, $50 total on my XFAs, and then I am trying to get this combine over the line. So it's at 1,200 on the day. Actually, I was going 3 ES. So I just need I'm in a quick long right here, trying to get 36.25 will get me to 1,500, and I can lock it. I can lock it, and then try and get my 5, and then have a few backups, so I can get a little bit more size on my XFAs and not feel so nervous. That's kind of what I'm playing with now.
Yeah, that's what you'll see next week too. I'm probably going to play the combines more. Excuse
Yeah,
me.
it's
I got to try to build some combines up and get some XFAs stacked and go from there. It's my habit in the past, and I'm gonna be honest. It's my goal is to hit. Well, I wanted 200 on that XFA yesterday. Is I'm trying to get to 30 days, and then depends on where we're at. I probably would take a full payout
mm-hmm.
to fund more stuff and then build them up. And I want to get where I build up. I do eventually want to go live, but I'm trying to keep from going live right now so I can take as much money out as I can beforehand.
Right.
But eventually, I'm gonna have to, either keep trading them or they're gonna cut me off. Eventually, you can't make too much money in only XFAs before they finally say, "Hey, you got to do something here different."
So my stop hit on this trade right now. I had a pretty tight stop, so I'll wait. I'll see if there's something that pops up. But if I had to, I'm up 1,000 on this account. No point of rushing it.
Good day. Yeah, I finished that other one up, 1,070, which would have been 45. I left it right there to start with. We're not talking about that.
Yeah.
All right, guys. Well, I think this is where we're going to call it at. So we appreciate everybody in the stream. Remember, like, subscribe, tell your friends. Once we hit 100 subscribers, we are giving away a monitor. We'll figure out how to do the giveaway. We'll be open, and we'll do it probably on a stream. So everybody sees what it is. So let's get to 100 subscribers. Let's push it up. Thank you, guys. Appreciate you. We will see y'all on Monday.